Hi, Aries. If you'd like to come on in and have a seat for some symbolic support, my name is Steph. Earlier in January, I created an ink blot made in your name and essence, and we're going to flip it for perspective possibilities. We're going to add on tarot and oracle, and as well, we have ghost tube here kick in for any audio additions that may further inspire or irritate, so please do receive or release freely. Arians, you know the drill. I'm going to take a moment to open up here. You're welcome to join me or fast forward just a few seconds, whatever feels good to you. Let's go. Taking a nice big breath. Closing the eyes, cleansing the palette of perception, releasing the race and the rush. Activating the abstract mind and ancient awareness to perceive and receive symbolic support in the name and honor of the Aryan Collective. Aries, thank you so much for being my muse, for holding space for me to share my insights and allowing me to be a guest in your aura of mid to end of January, but whenever you receive this. All right. Aries, you know the drill. If you see, sense, or feel anything, please feel well to comment below or keep to yourself. We have some oracle cards that came out in the pre-shuffle and an angel number. We'll get to those shortly. Okay. Oh, I feel like my ring light is like super bright today, so I apologize. Well, maybe it's just for me. Here comes the sun. Okay, I'm seeing a horse with a wreath being put over its neck, like some sort of accomplishment.
Photo.
You know, like, and not necessarily if they were racing. It could absolutely be a race, marathon, a sprint. But I'm also seeing when they do like those trots and maybe like very specific designs of, you know, going over the little jumpy things or whatever the case may be. Horse may mean something to you, of course. Please follow that first versus my yammerings. But I appreciate it if you're here listening. It's being placed on by, it looks like a Dr. Seuss character. See, and it's like bowing. This horse head is bowing. And it's like allowing the wreath to be put on. So I don't know if you're just receiving. That's what it feels like. Receiving accolades of some sort for maybe what you've... For some Arians, I feel like it's been... like a horse in training. It's a weird way it's coming through because I don't really... That's not the point. You've been training, or, you know, maybe there's a jockey and you've been working together, and that jockey horse kind of symbiotic resonance is the way I'm hearing it. I don't know if that's being used correctly. And you've been doing many races or runs practicing something, and you've reached first place, whatever that means to you. But the little creature that it has been helping or working with you, that really is placing this upon you. Sorry, I'm still getting over my cold, so I have the sniffle still. It looks like something from Dr. Seuss.
Neil.
It feels really, really nice in this receiving. Okay, I'm seeing a conversation down here. One person, I think it's a person, or it could be an archetype, or maybe a nightmare, or something that seems a little bit more aggressive, a little louder. And this version of this energy is leaning back. Like, whoa. I think at some point in time, Arians, you've had to be, I'm going to say you've either been hard on yourselves or tough love, something along that lines. Whatever this is, it's attached. I'm also seeing a Canadian maple leaf. Maybe something from the fall season that started in the fall that you can like really pinpoint. And not, okay, so it could be the fall season, autumn, or if at some point in time, like taking that analogy or metaphor of the horse, and sometimes you've had
True.
bumps along the way. Maybe you took a fall, you had to get back up on the horse. Something about that as well is coming through. Okay, let's keep going. Okay, I want to go here, but I'm being called to go up here. I'm actually going to scry through the thing here, through the monitor. Do you know like those delicate glass... It's delicate glass I don't know if it's like an atrium or what it is. Something about a yellow flower as well. This could be from somebody in spirit. This could be your solar plexus that I feel like it's very delicately being like a light, kind of like a light bulb in the hermit sense, but this feels more like a blooming in my solar plexus area, and it's very delicately protected. It still has an opening, so it's not closed off, and it's connected to my heart wings. I'm seeing somebody kind of hunched over, but they're like this.
More.
It's like sitting on a leaf.
Young.
If you can imagine like the contemplation, and maybe you're working with Jungian psychology in general, looking at your own psychology, even of with your heart. Sorry, I'm stretching out a new book here. Okay, I'm also seeing a hummingbird. This hummingbird might mean something to you specifically, but its wings are in the shape of hearts. I feel like this is somebody specific that knows hummingbirds represent them in the afterlife aura. I'm also seeing another conversation here, kind of like an S. So whether it's a serpent, snake, kundalini energy, something along that lines. Again, it's this one portion is taut. It could even like be your spine. Not like taut like in a tightness, but it's erect. And this other energy is kind of like leaning back. And you see that? It's like I'm just kind of leaning back, like, what are you saying? And I want to note that like this one feels louder. It also looks like a robot. But this one's trying to get length to talk down. I don't know what that means, but there's...
How do I use it?
What's that? How do I use it? I'm not sure how you use it, but you're using it if you're talking about the app. See here, it's like there's this, I don't know if it's a boat yet. I don't have my Scry with me. I think my husband borrowed it, so I have to give me a second. But if you're on a phone, you can zoom in. But it's like I'm seeing a log with these two beings on it. So whether it's a friendship, romance, platonic, romantic, all those, whatever the channels are for you that might feel. And it's like one's kind of leaning forward. I'm seeing them very specifically, like they're hanging on a branch, but they're not hanging. I don't know how else to say that. They are in a different configurement of a body for aerodynamics. And then there's another energy archetype, person, place, or thing behind. Again, but it's up a little bit. And because the first energy is lower, it's like, well, I can do this. And I can get like this aerodynamics going. And it works in tandem with this being at the back that is keeping an eye out. Because the first energy is lower. There's actually a third energy as well. I don't know what these are, but it's something is under. I feel like there's a team. Some sort of team. Maybe it's your spirit team, your spirit guide team. Everyone's on different levels, and I don't mean that the way we would want to possibly verbatim think of levels, but it's like they're working in their best environment for that skill set that they are using in that moment. I don't know if that makes sense, but possibly. Okay, sorry, I'm going to keep going here. There's fish here, specifically a whale, and it's the whale that Free Willy is, whatever the Free Willy kind of whale is, and whatever that may represent to you, black and white. But there's two of them, two parts, and again, they're dancing. Just, it's bringing me back into like the horses. They're dancing. There's able to get air. I'm able to get air. I'm also seeing, okay, this couple, it is a couple, whether it's your parents or it is you and another person, friendship, romantic, platonic, whatever the case may be, or the male and female aspects of you. They are pointing to something very delightful, like
What do
I'm
you want?
almost like I'm stargazing. I'm also seeing a pocket, just a good old fashioned pocket. It's right here. Excuse me. And it's like this couple is in this pocket or has made this pocket. Excuse me, has made this pocket to perceive from, to gaze from. Oh, I'm also seeing a structure. I don't think it's a physical structure. Now, there might be a physical representation of the energy that I'm feeling. But right here, see this triangle? And with the black and the white, I think somebody might be working on or working with. See, there's another conversation here. But it's bringing me into like time. I don't know that time travel is the right word. Let me think for a second. It's like as though I can see somebody in a meditative state, whatever, maybe you're walking. It doesn't have to be stillness. No, it doesn't have to be stillness, but maybe for you it is. But I feel like I have an intention, so I'm doing this very consciously.
iScry.
Wonderful, thank you. And it's of a triangle. You might be working with a certain element. And it's like when I walk through, I'm seeing it like water. Kind of like dimensions. That's what I'm going to say. It feels like dimensions, Arians. Let's take a look at your oracle cards and see what has come through. See if this will support so far. Freedom. Oh, is that the Pegasus? See, there's the horse. Right there. Burp. Power. Self-trust. And ingenuity. I will bring these up closer so you can take a look and see, sense, and feel for yourself if there's anything on the artistry that inspires you or stands out. Please follow that. And if you haven't already, Arians, please do like, share, and subscribe. Thank you so much for warming my haunted heart and being here with me. And then there you have ingenuity, and self-trust. I swear the lighting's like really awkward today. Well, not that I'm a little bit better anyway.
Road.
Okay. Give me. So this freedom, I feel like you've accomplished something with this Dr. Seuss character, and you might have done something from childhood with there being a Dr. Seuss character, or you've brought something from the past to the present, so you could, instead of dealing with it in the past, it's from the present perspective. And its accomplishment with this wreath. And you are free from something. I don't know. The number 22 might be standing out to you. You might be seeing twos. And then you've also had all these, for me, twos. There's all these couplings of things. Could be aspects of yourself. It could be that inner child and aware adult, the masculine, feminine energies, you and another person, you and an opportunity, whatever those channels are for you to express your existence and the energy, that you are evoking. But I do feel like I'm free from it's interesting. I feel like I'm free from a constellation change. And maybe that's what I've been cultivating this is like the wreath of power
Alien.
with the coloring. And with the stargazing as well, like with the ghost tube here talking, there could be something in the stars because it's like you're moving constellations or you're aware that you're more than meets the eye. This really feels like a multi-dimensional nature kind of thing. But I want to focus on the multi and then dimension, because even when I come back to this triangle, it felt more dimensional versus, and it could be dreams, right? That is a dimension, the dream dimension. And I don't want to say it in the way like you've taken your power back, but I feel like I'm using my power because I don't I don't have to focus on this past stuff anymore. And I'm not trying to be nasty Nelly when I say it, like, I'm not trying to shove it off to the side, because like I said, I feel like you really brought it into the present moment. You really brought whatever the past was, yesterday, 2 days ago, to 20 years ago, 15 years ago, whatever that is. You brought it to the present to interact with it here. Not back there. Here. And that's very powerful. And there is a certain amount of self-trust and ingenuity. Like, you had to do this your way. And it's fun that I heard that, because I heard Frank Sinatra's song. Is it My Way? My Way. And and even with that ingenuity of the flame, with the nebula, it's almost like that's where I can go through. But with this coloring of the cosmos, feels like it's in my heart wings, but my heart is in my head. And that doesn't feel like a bad thing. Or, no, I guess not that it would have to be a bad thing. Oh, sorry, I wasn't even showing it to you. It's like I want to place that in there.
We're here.
Hello, welcome. Whatever way you went about something, you were very patient about it, because you had to, or not, you didn't need to do anything. You experienced it the way that was for you. Not, you might have been inspired by other people. Maybe you were irritated by other people with these conversations going on that were, and maybe you recognize that they were versions of you, or aspects of you, or energies of you. So whether they were an inspiration or an irritation, they were information. And you were able to bring it into like a consciousness state for you to, I heard manipulate, but it's more of like that clay, like you would manipulate clay to create something versus maybe maliciously manipulate. And it's like you came up with your way to do something. But I feel like when I say to do something, now maybe for some it's a very specific thing. And for others, I feel as though it's just a existence experience. Like, some people are doing things this way, some people are doing things that way, and I see it all. What's right for me? I tried it like that. I tried it like that. I'm like, okay, you know what? But this is what's good for me. There also might be some that have been dealing with scoliosis and have been working on some symbolically or literally, but I'm not a medical anything or other, so always, see your proper people. But something like scoliosis, or maybe there was some sort of something in the spine, and again, that posturing is coming back up. Somebody's asking me to come closer, but I don't know if that was like I was calling it out or what it is. Like, come closer, but I don't know that it's like that. I could be wrong. Okay, so I'll bring these up for you in a moment. We have the High Priestess of Water. Oh, is it a water wreath? Clouds and water. You know, like when you would see the sea, or if you can imagine it with me. Not a lake, more brown water. This is like blue water, like lagoon water. It's lagoon-like water, less green, more blue. Anyway, it's not the point. And off in the horizon, there's clouds. And it reminds me of when, like here, I don't live near water, but the farm behind us, if you look to the horizon, on certain days, the clouds look like mountains. And I don't live near mountains. So I get very happy when the clouds look like mountains, because then it reminds me of like living somewhere where there's mountains, and it brings that essence to me. Or if the wind, if the wind sounds a certain way, it sounds like I live near the ocean. And this is what I feel like you're able to like call in. It doesn't need to physically be there. It's like that dimensional thing. I don't know that it's actually a physical structure, though it could be, or you create something or make something to kind of like X marks the spot, but I see it as a triangle. And this is where you, or an aspect of you, it's like, because now I'm seeing it like Niagara Falls, and I don't know that everyone would know that, but there's, you know, just like a very old school popular thing where you get your picture taken in a barrel going over the falls. And I feel like you and another person, or again, other aspects of yourself, when you're in this energy, this dimensional space,
Blessed.
it's like you're going over the waterfall, but you come into this lagoon of the heart. And there's something about like the delicacy of your light through it all that feels, that feels, that feels, I don't know how else to say that. That just, it feels. Arians. Whew. I feel like where you are right now in January, see, something has come to a conclusion. There's a new chapter starting that but you're not, excuse me, you're not doing anything about it, because I feel like I'm in this pocket portal, and maybe you're truly honoring winter's ways, where you're not trying to shove summer energy into winter. So I'm not doing anything about it right now. Right now, I feel like I'm just feeling the feels. Focus. I'm feeling the feels. So come like your season of Aryan season, when you're ready to put something into play. Or you know how oh, geez, Louise. Okay. The way I'm seeing it is like present something. Like, okay, in simplicity's sake, I'll say come out of hibernation. That's not quite the way I'm seeing it. Thawing, maybe? Thawing?
Imbecile.
Okay. Well, that's just nonsensical word. Okay. So we have here loyalty. Your focus. The cycles of the star, like I'm telling you, there's something about stargazing and some sort of constellation of a constellation cycle that you're out of now. And that's really confirmed with here. I don't know if you are feeling it or you're feeling it now, but you're not going to do anything about it until later. Because then you also have here loyalty and the warrior. Masculine and feminine energies. Again, coming into that couples, whether it's the energies within you. Stevie Ray is not a singer. It's like the masculine's in the throat and the feminine is in this heart space. And I'm seeing it like dusty rose. So it's not like a harsh pink or a bright pink. There's that yellow flower as well.
It's bright.
There's that yellow flower. They're both just gazing. I don't know what they're looking at, but they're looking dead straight at me. Dead straight at me. Or you. Unfazed. Unfazed. Where do we go from here? I'm seeing a compass like one of those, like the tool, not a compass, like a directional compass. I don't know, like I don't know what else they're called. You know, they've got the point and then you can draw a circle all around. Again, there's a certain piece of the pie, here. Could also be something about land, your land, looking at land, traveling somewhere, and you're like, okay, I'm going to go this distance, and I'm going to go here.
Spirit guides.
Is that who this is? That might be a spirit guide. Absolutely, it could be a spirit guide. I was trying to, because it's very large, very, very large Arians. Forgiveness, reducing burdens. It is a spirit guide. Look how big they are. hidden talents. Have you been looking for a talent? Again, it's kind of bringing me into when we were talking about other people, like inspirations or irritations, this, that, or the other. Because you know how I'm seeing what they're doing is almost like one of those old toys with like a crank in the back. See, and again, I want to come back into like that spine thing. I want to be like, it's like the spirit guy's like, you know, you can hear it. I don't know why it would make that sound specifically. And it's like, okay, now I'm sitting up. Now I'm sitting up.
How are you?
I'm good. How are you? Somebody also might be getting a pedicure. Something about, or favoring your feet, reflexology, something along that lines.
Beside you.
Or getting a shoe shine. A shoe shine. Okay, I'm going to bring up these cards here as well. Night Song, hidden talents with forgiveness. And maybe that's what you've done with that hummingbird, this purity of forgiveness. Sorry. Because it has literally reduced the burden. You are not carrying that cycle anymore. Yes, you have been loyal to your own life. And maybe you've been loyal to a fault for some things, but that wasn't it. Because it closed something out. It closed something out. Footprints, directions, eternal love. And then you have skull of darkness, blind spots. Now those words might mean something to you, but if you know me, I'm going to follow the artistry first. There's the footprints, something about the feet, the pedicure, where you've been, shoe shine, shining your shoes, cleaning your boots. Eternal love. Love is love is love, and it transcends physical death. So if you have gone through a loss of someone or something, or a cycle, right? A cycle even, that you've been a part of for so long, receive the wreath.
Tell me about it.
Receive the wreath. But there's been so much about coupling here. And this could be because there's many couples of energy. It's like you might have a partner, and then you might also have a best friend, but then you also have a mentor. You know what I mean? It's like I feel like there's just more love. There's more love. And it's also bringing me into that spirit guide vibe. Maybe that's what you're doing in that dimensions, is connecting with your spirit guides. Skull of darkness with the blind spot. And to me, this isn't a blind spot as well. What this is for me is that flower, that solar plexus. And I want to plop it right in here. You looked in the mirror to see, you know, if we're walking around with like an alfalfa sprout or hair out of place or messy mind, whatever the case may be, and we never stop to look in a mirror, we're not going to really know. Though we can, you know, take our hand in and have a feel, but you feel that warmth. You feel that. Somebody also might be doing carving candles, wax candle making. Something about candles specifically. Okay, Arians, your angel number card, 1010. If you've been seeing 1010 or 10 standing out to you, also indicative of a cycle closing, if I may. So there's that. Keep your thoughts positive and be patient, as everything is working out for your highest good. Trust that your angels are working behind the scenes to help you. I am patient. Well, that's just everything that you know and you've been doing. And you still know it's winter. To really solidify what it is, your
right here.
Forgiveness, the frequency that you're going to come out of hibernation out of. Even if that's your hibernating heart. Because I'm seeing it the way like somebody might 3D print something, and I feel like it might take a little longer than I might think. So it's not like an instant manifestation like a microwave where it's like 30 seconds. This feels like it's been been some time. And it's been a delicate process. And one of your strengths is in being delicate. I'm going to leave it here, Arians. I feel like I could go on and on. But I just want to acknowledge the beauty in this and the natural feelings I get. And it's honorable. And I look forward to scrying for you again. I will see you soon for either a bonus or for a fresh ink blot come February. I want to thank you so much, Arians, for being here, for being my muse, for sharing, and subscribing and warming my haunted heart.
How do I use it?
Thank you so much, and I'll see you again soon. Bye. What is it that you want to know how to use? You're using it. You're using it. Who wrote the book of love? Chapter 1 says you love her with all your heart.